On any given evening, Mumbai's major arteries look like this. Millions of commuters and thousands of vehicles are strangled by a street-level gridlock that costs the local economy billions in lost time and fuel every year. To break that deadlock, the government of Maharashtra drafted a strategic mandate known as Vision at 2047. The target is specific: transform the state into a $3.5 trillion economy by the year 2047. Planners utilize megaprojects like the Atal Setu Bridge and the monorail to physically decentralize the city, forcing commercial growth outward into regional hubs like Kalyan. Escaping the daily gridlock requires a physical rewiring of the entire megacity's economic geography. The financial engine executing that expansion is the MMRDA, the Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority, the primary state agency responsible for urban planning and infrastructure funding. This table shows the MMRDA's Schedule L2 lease premiums. Generate capital internally by selling highly lucrative commercial land rights in the Bandra-Kurla complex, or BKC, and selling additional floor space index, a metric that determines the maximum area that can be built on a plot of land. Local land sales alone cannot bridge the state's infrastructure deficit, necessitating an enormous infusion of foreign capital. This document shows Schedule L5, detailing the agency's outstanding loans. The debt includes billions sourced from the Asian Development Bank, or ADB, and the Japan International Cooperation Agency, known as JICA, which both provide specialized loans for large-scale development projects. That foreign debt and domestic land revenue fund the elevated metro networks, currently carving a path through the city's skyline. The MMRDA operates as a hybrid of a city planner and a sovereign wealth fund, synthesizing global debt and local real estate to fuel urban expansion. Execution creates friction. To project an image of smooth progress, authorities often focus on highly visible, aesthetic upgrades, like a recent initiative to paint over 2,500 metro pillars to help commuters navigate the lines. These initiatives face severe political backlash. Figures like Aaditya Thackeray allege that sanctioning the painting of pillars before construction finished was a strategy used to mask premature payouts to contractors. Beyond political allegations, official financial audits tell a similar story. The Comptroller and Auditor General, or CAG, the national authority responsible for auditing government expenditures, has exposed systemic flaws in the state's project pipelines. This chart visualizes those CAG findings. Tens of millions of rupees are lost to what the state labels infructuous or wasted expenditures. These stem from unexecuted passenger water transport proposals and environmental consultation failures. The beautification of concrete pillars often masks a ledger bleeding from bureaucratic indecision and rushed planning. Rushed planning can lead to physical danger. Recently, a commuter on LBS Marg was crushed by a falling barricade originating from the elevated metro construction above. That tragedy exposed the lethal hazards of conducting high-stakes EPC work, engineering, procurement, and construction, a model where one contractor handles the entire project lifecycle, directly above densely packed traffic. The cost extends to the environment. When planners attempted to clear vital ecological zones like the RE forest for metro car sheds, it sparked intense public outcry and widespread citizen protests. When the speed of construction is prioritized over stringent safety protocols, the citizens paying for the development becomes its collateral damage. When authorities fail to self-regulate environmental and safety standards, the task of forcing accountability falls to the courts. The Supreme Court recently slammed the state government over a failed tree replanting drive tied to the metro, warning that they would revoke all future felling permissions if compliance wasn't met. Citizens fight back using public interest litigations, or PILs, legal actions filed to protect the interests of the general public. And when citizens don't file, the courts can utilize suo motu cognizance, a legal mechanism allowing a judge to proactively intervene in a matter on their own authority. The Indian judiciary acts as the megacity's ultimate emergency brake, aggressively utilizing the law to pause reckless progress. The friction between rapid construction and courtroom injunctions is forcing the state to modernize its approach through formal good governance protocols. To fix the planning deficit, the government launched MITRA, the Maharashtra Institution for Transformation, a state think tank designed for sustainable, data-driven infrastructure planning. This infographic shows the architecture of the state's new approach. The newly established State Data Authority categorizes diverse streams of big data to predict infrastructure needs and track contractor performance. They deploy tools like Geographic Information Systems, or GIS, software used to capture and analyze spatial data, alongside ERA. ERA is an artificial intelligence-based tool that automatically monitors and analyzes the physical layering and slope of roads to ensure quality control. Accountability is transitioning from reactive courtroom battles into proactive, AI-driven data oversight. Achieving a $3.5 trillion economic vision depends on complex financial and legal pillars, beyond the physical pouring of concrete or the security of international debt. Sustainable expansion demands an ecosystem of transparency. It requires budget audits and channels like PIDP, which protect citizen whistleblowers, to be treated as critical infrastructure. The constant friction between builders, citizens, and the courts functions as the stabilizing mechanism that prevents the city's expansion from derailing. To successfully build the future, a megacity must aggressively and constantly audit its present.